right, welcome to another Zincast, and it is the most wonderful time of the year. I play the song, but then copyright stuff, YouTube, it's the most... Well, okay, not going to sing, or maybe I already did. Hockey playoffs are back, and that is the most wonderful time of the year. For me at least. All right, so... We got Chris and Chris. We're going to talk hockey playoffs. We're going to talk hockey predictions in the playoffs for the first round. So before that, let's give a little recap of what happened this year with the COVID protocols, right? So we had a shortened season.
Yes.
It was 56 games. And we decided to, the NHL, I keep saying we, but the NHL.
Yeah, we had nothing to do with it.
We had nothing to do with it. But the NHL decided that they were going to set up 4 divisions, and they pretty much regrouped everyone. So they had the Honda West, okay, the Discover Central. Listen, they had to make money. They didn't put people in the stands, okay? They had to sell it out a little bit.
Street Fighter E Honda, got it. Discovery Channel.
The Scotia North.
God, we know where that is.
And the Mass Mutual East.
The Mass Mutual.
Okay, so
yes,
they broke them into divisions, and the divisions played each other for interdivisional play for all 56 games. Yeah. And the reason for that is in case there was some sort of COVID something, they could easily, stop some games, and it wouldn't affect entire schedule. So it made a lot of sense.
It did. They did a good job last year with the playoffs the way they did. Nobody had any problems, even though they were in isolated areas.
They did the bubbles without fans. And actually, when the season started, there were no fans, but there are fans, partial stadium.
You won't go to the game.
I'm not going to a game. Anyway, but that being said, so they broke them into the 4 divisions, and they did, what I liked about it was you saw the Penguins play the Bruins about 8 times.
Consecutively.
They had the back-to-backs, yes. They did a lot of back-to-backs, but you saw the rivalries, Penguins versus Rangers, Penguins versus Washington, Penguins versus Philly. And I know I'm saying the Penguins, but in the other divisions, those rivalries also, they were playing each other. And, Tampa Bay versus the Panthers, right? So the Lightning versus Panthers. Yeah. So you had this interdivision play and these rivalries, and these teams battled for so long, and now 4 teams from each division are in the playoffs, and for the first 2 rounds, they're going to be playing each other. So you have the bad blood that was built up, that hit that maybe someone didn't like or took notice to, they're going to remember that going into these series, and I think it's going to make for some interesting hockey. It's
too bad the Rangers aren't in it, huh, Tom Wilson?
That would be interesting, but don't worry, Tom Wilson, I'm sure, has bad blood with every team, so that's okay. Now, the playoff format, like I said, so it's back to the 16 teams.
Best out of 7.
Best out of 7,
which we love. So we got a 3-month plan.
And again, the first 2 rounds are going to be the divisions are going to be playing within themselves.
Yep.
But then it all changes. And this actually is probably the biggest change. So when they get to the semifinals, when they're down to the final 4 teams, you got 2 teams playing against 2 teams to get to the Stanley Cup Finals. At that point, they are going to shuffle and reseed based off of the seeding. So it is possible that someone like the Washington Capitals can play against the Vegas Knights to get into the Stanley Cup playoffs. And then the Stanley Cup playoffs could be Carolina versus Washington or something like that. And I'm just picking random teams here. I didn't actually run the numbers. But what I'm trying to say is that reseeding is a game changer. It's no longer these are the teams in the West, these are the teams in the East. It is not like that. And it's going to make for some interesting hockey. And also, let's remember, once they get through that and they get into those semifinals, those teams have not played each other all year. Okay? Just think about that. When it's reseeded, those teams, I'm going to say it one more time, have not played each other all year. So talk about making predictions
Well, the
when
next
you have
round-
two teams never played each other.
Yeah, so I mean, it makes it very much more interesting, and it makes it much more difficult to plan ahead on teams that obviously you haven't even played before. So, I mean, that could be fun. It could be a good thing.
I think it's going to be a good thing, and they're going to be watching a
I
lot
think
of
the
tape.
first round, though's got some excellent matchups.
Well, of course, and I mean, the first round definitely does, and let's actually move to the first round. Chris, you said you wanted to start in the Discover Essential. Do you think we get money if each time we say these? No.
I don't know, but I think there
We
was a
don't get
shuttle
any money.
launch today at like 8
Yeah.
o'clock tonight.
If
so
people like and subscribe, and then maybe Discover Central will send us. No, maybe. Okay.
maybe. I'll wear a Discover Central jersey.
I could just put it. In fact, I'm gonna put it back there.
Yeah,
it's
so we're going to steal your stuff anyway.
Yeah. All right. So the Discover Central.
Yep.
Let's go with the number one team ranked in the Central.
Carolina Hurricanes.
The Carolina Hurricane versus the Nashville Predators. Okay.
Yep.
So this is pretty lopsided to me here. We do want to talk about the tail of the tape. And by the way, these images are courtesy of NHL Twitter feed or NHL PR Twitter feed back there. I did not make those images back there, but this.
Anybody that's NHL
Yeah.
just can't sue us. So
Yeah, I'm giving you credit. All these images. Thank you. All right, but the tail of the tape. So it was again. They played each other 7 times during the regular season, and Carolina won 6. They lost 1. Only one of them went into overtime, by the way. So it was pretty much 6 legitimate wins. And the reason why I say that is because overtime in the regular season is 3-on-3, and it's or shootout. So it's kind of like iffy, like who would have won that game. But in this case, 6-1. You know, that's pretty strong. What are your thoughts and your breakdown of the Carolina Hurricane versus the Nashville Predators?
Well, I mean, Carolina.
Smashville.
Which, you know, Carolina's actually predicted to win the Cup 15-2, while the Nashville's 30-1 odds. 80 points by the Hurricane, 64 by Nashville. Like you said, it's pretty lopsided, 6 games to 1. I know you have, Sebastian Aho? Is that?
Sebastian Aho, yep.
57 points, which is the leader, right?
Yes.
But then you have, I can't believe I'm reading that right, but does that say Philip Forsberg?
Philip Forsberg.
Not the Forsberg I know.
No.
Is that a generation of a Forsberg?
I would have to look it up.
Okay, because that's interesting. I love that Forsberg guy. But he had 32 points, 12 goals, 20 assists. You know, the goaltending, it's pretty lopsided. I'm going to just go right here and say Carolina in 5. Solid goaltending by both teams. But I think that Nashville's just completely underdogged here.
Yes, I mean, Sebastian Aho clearly leads the way in for Carolina. After that, you do have some veterans like Jordan Staal.
That's right.
I know you mentioned Philip Forsberg on the Predators.
Yeah.
They also have Roman Josi.
Yes.
But again, this matchup is definitely lopsided. It's the 1 versus the 4. I don't see how these teams. I mean, listen. All hockey games are competitive, but I think the Hurricane do run through this. And I wrote down, and we have not shared our predictions, by the way. And I also wrote down Hurricanes in 5.
I haven't even written mine down.
He hasn't even written his down. 4-1. So yes, I believe Hurricanes win in 5.
All right, so look at that. There we go.
So the second game in the Discover Central Division is the Florida Panthers with the 2 seed versus our returning champions of the Bubble Cup. Did I make something?
You're not winning that, Tampa Bay. Sorry.
The Tampa Bay Lightning, who are the 3 seed. Now, hold on. Before you go, Steven Stamkos has been injured, okay, for much of the year. And, well, not much of the year, for part of the year. I mean, he's missed some time, and they do say that he will be ready to play on Sunday, I believe, is their first game. But the Lightning seem like they had fatigue from last year, okay? Obviously, they did play the longest.
Yep.
They did win the Cup.
We know how that works.
And, well, no, Penguins won back-to-back.
Back-to-back and went to the 3rd and then died.
But this was a different.
This is different.
This was different. This was like with
Shortened
all the
series,
COVID and all
season.
that. It was very weird, that whole situation last year.
That's why Florida won.
But what is your Panthers, the Battle of Florida, Panthers versus Lightning?
I mean, just to go over some numbers real quick, Florida being the number 2 seed is predicted to win the Cup 22-1, while Tampa Bay's 15-2 also odds. Both are similar in points, 79 points for Florida, 75 points for Tampa Bay. So you've got Jonathan, Huberdeau? Jonathan
Yes.
Huberdeau. 61 points, that's pretty good. Chris Dreiger is their goal for Florida with a 2.07 GAA.
And they also have Sergei Bobrovsky, so you never know. They might tandem because Sergei did play a bunch of games this year. But yes, Chris definitely has the better stats with 3 shutouts also.
I'm going to say this. I'm going to say that this will be a close battle between 2 Florida teams, and I think that Tampa Bay is going to pull it off in 7 games.
So you're going Tampa Bay?
I'm going Tampa Bay.
Oh, okay.
Despite all, I will go with the defending champions in a long series. I predict that it'll go into overtime, and I don't know, Tyler Johnson's going to have a big game.
Well, the tail of the tape for the obviously the regular season head-to-head series is pretty much 3-3. One of those games was in overtime. So at that point, if you actually look at some of these,
it's right
23 goals for Tampa Bay, 22 for Florida.
Goals against is the opposite,
well,
22 and 23.
Yeah. So, I mean, right there, you see that this team was very evenly matched. And that's why I also think it's going to go 7 games. And technically this would be an upset because the Panthers are the number 2 seed. Lightning are number 3. And I also picked the Lightning to beat them technically. But I don't think in anyone's book that would qualify as an upset.
No.
But I mean, yeah, and I agree with you. Specifically, Stamkos is healthy. All right.
Look at that. Same damn stats. Cheater.
Same stats so far.
So
far, we're picking equal. All right. So let us move to the Canadian division, the Scotia North. The Scotia North. All right. So the number 1 is the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Yep.
And they're going against the Montreal Canadiens, the Habs. And listen, let me read the tail of the tape first this time.
Okay.
The Maple Leafs, they won pretty much 7 games. Okay? They lost 3. Again, there was a couple overtimes there. But when you have that, when it's 7-3, and again, it's the 1 versus the 4, you have the firepower of Austin Matthews and John Tavares. Let's not forget, John Tavares. Remember, he left those Islanders.
He loves those Islanders.
A while ago. And he's there. And then you even have a journeyman Joe Thornton. He's even on that team. Goalies, Jack Campbell, he's been lights out. 2.11 goals against average, 2 shutouts. When you have that going against the Canadians, I just feel like it's going to be a steamrolling event. Now, look, the Canadians do have good defense, okay? But they don't score a lot of points. Just look, their leading scorer is Tyler Toffoli, 44 points.
Yep, that's it.
Okay? Austin Matthews has 66.
Oh, I had 65.
66.
Okay, Austin.
41 goals, 25 assists. 66.
I'm missing a goal.
Yeah. And I actually think they have another game tonight, believe it or not.
That's what's
so they're not done because there was some COVID canceled games. So
I didn't
Toronto
think they
has
went
some
back
extra
to the COVID games.
I think it will affect the seeding, so they have to play them. It will affect the seeding if they get to the semifinals, believe it or not. So they do have to play them. And Carey Price, he's...
Yep, we got the Price man.
Yeah,
and he's autograph virtually.
And he's been sharing time with Jake Allen. So
yeah,
I'm gonna go with a 4-1 Leafs over Canadians. 5. Yeah, it's gonna be 5 games. 5 games.
Got a difference.
4 games to 1.
Got a difference.
All right, what do you think?
I'm going Toronto in 6 in the Battle of the A. Canada's. Have you been to Montreal? I mean, that stadium is like engulfing. Like you people like just jump on people. In that stadium.
What's their fan? Could they have fans?
Oh yeah, how's that gonna work out for you? I don't know. That's like Toronto. Let me tell you.
Look, I know
going to Canada and watching those games, it looks deadly. You people are crazy.
Yeah, but
there's no with COVID restrictions.
I don't know about the fans.
I don't know, man. You guys are gonna have to be friendly.
I did not look up how many folks they're allowed to have in fans, if they are allowed. I do know that a lot of the stadiums in the United States do have fans. In fact, Pittsburgh on So it won't be available for the first game in Pittsburgh, but the second game in Pittsburgh, they bumped their occupancy up to 50%.
Well,
I think they're at 30 right now.
By July, you're supposed to be 100, but I don't think we're going to be in July. When is Stanley Cup?
It sometimes
Something
gets
like
towards the
over
end
there.
of June. Yeah.
Depends. I mean,
So what did you say? You said
I'm saying
6
Toronto
games.
in 6.
Wow, you're saying the Canadians are going to lose 2 games
Yeah, I'm
against
saying-
a high-powered offense.
I'm saying after Toronto jumps out
I
to
was
a
gonna
3-0 lead, that Montreal's going to go, you know what, we're going to stab some people with some ice picks, and then we're going to figure it out.
Listen, I don't think they're going to Tanya Harding anyone because
I
no
don't
one's going to
know.
be there to do it.
Yeah.
And you understand that the Leafs are also in Canada.
Yeah.
Right? So they're
yeah,
crazy
both,
too.
Yeah, but they hate each other.
All right. That being said, I was going to give the sweep. And you know what? I'm going to change it
Oh,
up.
he's changing
Change it up.
Change it up.
Toronto sweep 6 games. Toronto sweep.
You mean 4 games?
You said 6 games.
I said 6 games.
Yeah, I'm saying Toronto sweep now. I'm changing it up.
So you think that Montreal's not going to even win a game?
Not even win a game.
Let me tell you, Montreal fans, I give you permission to dump his ass in fucking
Don't worry, I beep.
Niagara
Well,
Falls.
beep, it's
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls. All right. Well, they have to cross the COVID border for.
Yeah, well, it's not that hard. You can fake that little card.
All right.
I got into the Yankee game. They didn't even check
All
my
right.
name.
Let us continue in the Scotia North. Scotia's for Scotia.
Oh, look, we're back to
FYI.
Edmonton and Winnipeg, right?
And now it's
Hey.
yes. Well, it's Scotia. We're still in the Scotia.
This is
North.
ridiculous. This is totally biased. Canada's just playing Canada.
But well, they did that because of the
I know.
COVID restrictions and the travel and all that. It was very important to do this.
That's racist.
That is not racist. That is part of the COVID era of sports for this year. Hopefully next year we go back to normal.
I mean, all we have to say here is Connor McDavid, and that's the end.
Yes, Connor McDavid, 104 points.
That's it.
And hold on, it was Oilers versus the Jets. Oilers ranked 2, Jets ranked 3.
Done.
Oilers won 7 games out of the 9 that they played. They played 9 times, 7-2. Okay, Connor McDavid, yeah, 104 points.
104 points. Put him
104
on,
points.
Put him on the Penguins.
Just remember what we said. Austin Matthews, 66 points.
66.
Okay. You know the Jets, the highest point total?
Do you want it at 61?
Mark Sheffield?
Oh, wait. Oh, how many? I got.
Yeah,
Yeah,
61.
61
Mark
points.
Sheffield.
You know what's going to happen?
If I mispronounced his name, I'm
You
sorry.
want to know what happens? Connor McDavid goes no points first 3 games. Guaranteed. I bet you this goes 7 games. Edmonton in 7.
Edmonton in 7. Believe it or not, I also feel like the Edmonton Oilers like to choke a little bit, so
Yep.
I have Edmonton in 6.
And Connor McDavid, could you make it through the first round of the playoffs? That's my other thing. Okay? I say you end up getting knocked out game 2. Watch.
Dude, how amazing, and I know I'm getting ahead of myself, how amazing Leafs versus Oilers.
I mean, yeah. I mean, listen. We also get
I
the
want to see
McDavid-
that.
we
I
also-
want to see Austin Matthews versus Connor McDavid. Don't Connor McDavid.
Matthews, you mean, right? Wait.
Austin Matthews versus Connor McDavid.
Yeah, I mean, that's
what I want to
That's
see.
what we
Yeah.
want.
Yeah, well,
We all want that.
well, hopefully it will happen. All right, so we both took the Oilers.
Yep.
So far we've agreed with everything except for the amount of games.
But that usually happens. It's the first round of playoffs.
But you're saying 7, I'm saying 6. All right.
Hey, Colorado.
All right, so now
92
we are
odds, baby.
the Honda West. The Honda West. We're moving to the Honda West because I'm going to cut all that out. Yes, when you see the jump, it's because we cut something for time constraints. There's
Yeah.
another show after this. All right, and this is Chris's second favorite team in the NHL.
Yep.
The Colorado Avalanche ranking in at number 1
Yep.
versus the St. Louis Blues, who won the Cup
Yep.
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Cup winners 2 years ago. You remember that was an amazing Cup run. That was the only prediction I got right the entire series. Every single team I picked in 2009 lost except for St. Louis Blues.
Yeah.
I swear, you could go, it's on the channel. You go watch those back. You will see that horrible percentage there, except for one. And hey, at least they won every game. So, I mean, they won every series, should I say. All right, so the Honda West, As versus Blues. And you want to start this one? This is your team. Go ahead.
Sweep. I'm calling it.
Oh.
Hit 4. Sweep.
Sweep.
Easy does it. Listen, Colorado has the best team on paper. The odds of them winning the Cup are always there. Now prove it on the ice, please. Just prove it on the ice. I'm telling you right now, their odds of winning the Cup are, 9-2 odds. They have 80 points for the season. I get it. Nathan McKinnon is 65 points. God, what's his name? 100. Can we talk about that again? Like,
And wait,
he doubles all of the other people.
Wait, and just remember, that's in a 56-game season. Imagine they played 82. You know how many points he would have?
Yeah, I mean, that guy can break some records here. That's
Listen,
just insane.
if this was an 82 game, and I know we switched back gears to Connor
I know,
McDavid,
but like, just think about the 100 and.
If it was 82-game season,
That's a regular season total.
yeah, he put up
Insane
Gretzky-like numbers
That's
for
insane.
56
Good for
games. Yeah, I mean, you know, and no, the great one is still the great one.
Yeah, I know.
I mean,
like,
Connor
think about
McDavid
it.
is.
Everybody were named
is
65,
special.
71. Like, there's nowhere even near the ballpark of this guy. Anyway, Colorado Avalanche sweeping. Easy does it. I think it's going to be easy. It looks like, Nathan McKinnon will suit up for the playoffs after sitting out the last 2 games already season. Apparently that was a big deal. They need him in the first round. Colorado, like I said, Colorado is still the best team, I think, on paper. But they have been lately the last couple of seasons, and they just don't seem to.
Their scoring does not stop at Nathan McKinnon. Okay, you have Gabriel Langenskou, Mikko Rantanen.
Stastny's still on that team?
No, he's
Paul Stastny, my boy.
I believe
He's
he's on the Blues.
He's on the Blues.
Yeah, I could look it up, but and then their goaltender. Okay.
Yeah, Jordan isn't it Jordan?
No, Philip Grubauer. Jordan Bennington is on the Blues. Philip Grubauer, 7 shutouts.
39-1.
7 shutouts, 1.95 save percentage. Okay,
yeah.
so they do it with offense and they do it with defense. So Nathan McKinnon, 65 points.
They're also
Rantanen,
first in
66.
every
Landeskog, 52 points. Those are big point getters right there. And I know you went sweep. I'm going to say that the Blues, because of Jordan Bennington, Ryan O'Reilly, steal a game.
Yep.
I know O'Reilly, I don't know if you know, but O'Reilly came out today.
53 points.
I know, but he came out today and he said, we will beat the Colorado Avalanche.
Yeah, I know. I'll hit the lottery.
You know that quote is all over the locker room right now. Okay, he should have not said that. It's going to be 4-1, 4 games to 1,
I just want
5 games.
I just want to point out
Avalanche.
for you people that called out things like the 5-on-5 stats. Like, Colorado's ranked number 1. And newsflash, boy, Mr. O'Reilly, you're ranked 24th.
Yeah. And by the way, regular season 5-3, Colorado.
I mean, it is the playoffs. Yeah. We all know that anything's going to happen.
Which is why I give them 1 game. The Blues are a good team.
They are a good team, but I'm saying Colorado's going in sweeping.
But listen, Bennington this year, I keep calling him Bennington. Bennington, it's an I. He has not played that same game that he played 2 years ago when they won the cup. Okay, if he gets back to that form, everyone's got to watch out because again. But Grubauer, he's playing like Binnington played in those series for a regular season. So again, Edge Avalanche, 5 games, and you say sweep.
Sweep.
All right, so
Here comes our next favorite team,
the Golden Knights
Mr. Superman.
versus Marc-Andre Fleury.
Okay.
The Golden Knights versus the Wild. Golden Knights are in seeded number 2.
Yep.
And the Wild are seeded number 3. By the way, that seeding was just figured out yesterday. Avalanche won. If Avalanche lost yesterday, Knights would have been 1 facing the Blues. But Avalanche won, so Knights are number 2 facing the Wild. And in a wild turn of events, see how I did that? The Wild actually beat the Avalanche in the season series.
Those are fake stats.
Okay, they scored. I mean, the goals for Knights scored more, but by 1. But there's 5 wins for Minnesota.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that is.
You don't want to know my prediction.
That's not
easy.
That's a little.
Yeah, that's
suspect.
That's
all
not right.
But before we go into the predictions there, I do want to say, Marc-Andre Fleury,
We love him.
1.98 goals against average, 6 shutouts, okay? And Robert Leonard, because they've been tandeming, okay? They got the Jennings Trophy, okay? For fewest goals against. And I do want to point out that they are sharing the Jennings Trophy. So it was awarded to both the goalies. No, sometimes it could be awarded to one goalie, okay? But because they were a tandem and the team, you know, they split the workload, which a lot of teams do these days. Fewest goals against, Jennings Trophy. Congratulations to both Marc-Andre Fleury and Robert Leonard there. But if you look at the stats,
It's a good thing they did that. That's a nice thing.
Yes, but if you look at the stats, Fleury with 6 shutouts, 1.98 goals against average. Leonard, only 1 shutout, 2.29. I mean, I know they split it. That's great, but I think Fleury is carrying the team. And I know Leonard was brought in because people felt like Fleury might be turning that corner.
He's not.
But he's definitely not. And I think Marc-Andre Fleury and Robert Leonard, that's the nice part where you go like, hey, one guy's struggling, let's stick in the other guy. When you have the tandem, you have the defense. You say the Avalanche, the best team on paper.
On paper, I do.
I say that the Golden Knights are one of the best two-way teams, okay? That means they're awesome at offense and they're awesome at defense, okay?
I will give them that. They've been making it down the playoff run for a long time. They make it all the way to...
Listen, Jonathan Marchessault, Stone, Pacioretty, these guys lead this team, and I feel like it's going to go 7.
Oh, I'm not saying that.
I feel like it's going to go 7. This is my first 7, I believe. 7 games, Golden Knights. I'll let you go.
I give Marc-Andre Fleury 1 bad game. Game 3. That's it. Other than that, he'll do his floppy flake thing.
And you think they're going to stick with Fleury the entire time?
I think Vegas goes in 5.
5?
I said other than that, it should be an easy round, I think, for Vegas. I think that tail of the tape there is not, I don't know. I think they're a different team in the playoffs.
The tail of the tape worries me.
It's Minnesota, man.
Look,
I mean, like, they're no slouch. I get it.
Golden Knights dominated practically everyone.
Golden Knights figures are like 6th in 5-on-5, while, 29th Minnesota 5-on-5.
But this team, Minnesota, plays a tough game.
Because they're from Minnesota.
And I think sometimes a team has another team's number. It doesn't matter how good that team is. And Minnesota's proving during the regular season that they know how to play them.
I mean, I don't want Vegas out first round. I don't. I think they need to be in the playoffs.
Well, they beat them 5 times.
I mean, yeah, Minnesota beat them 5 times.
That's what I mean.
That's scary.
Yeah.
But
that's why I went 7.
But I don't.
I think they turn it around.
I think Vegas goes in and goes, guess what, Minnesota? See you later. 5 games, done deal.
5 games.
Uh-oh.
Done deal.
It's the East.
Oh, we saved the East for last because...
Well, because we're favorites
because we are Penguins fans here. But we still like to be objective.
Yep, I still like to hate on everyone in this division, except for Tom Wilson.
I hate Tom Wilson.
He's my hero.
But
happy Halloween.
Let us go to the Mass Mutual East. We got to get the plugs in.
I don't know where you get that Mass Mutual. Because of Boston? Is it just favoring Boston?
It's whoever paid the money to... Okay,
well, what bank is that?
Mass Mutual.
I don't know. I don't have one here. Didn't get no checking account.
All right. Let us break down this here. First, let's talk about the tail of the tape, okay?
I'm biased on this.
Penguins
Sweet.
dominated the regular season, the divisional play. 6 wins to 2 losses. But 2 of those wins did come in overtime. So, again, remember, overtime or shootout. So that's 3-on-3 or a shootout. That's not going to happen in the playoffs. The playoffs, it's 5-on-5, and you keep on playing until someone scores. Okay? I mean, that's it. I mean, these people like IVs, hook themselves up to fluids, get pizza from somewhere. I'm telling you, one time when I watched a playoff hockey game went like 4 overtimes. That's the best watch ever. And you'd be like, wait, no one scored for like 4 periods. But that was just amazing watching these people do it. But anyway, I digress because I've gotten off topic. Sidney Crosby, Jake Gensel, and
Jake from State Farm.
Rust. Okay? Brian Rust. Okay? That line has become a powerhouse. Okay?
Yep.
And again, Connor McDavid, 104 points. Sidney Crosby, 62 points.
62 points. Where are you at, buddy? Connor McDavid's housing you. And I don't want to hear anything from Malkin. Sit down on the bench. Get on the bench. I don't want you in the game.
Just think how awesome Sidney Crosby is. 62 points. Connor McDavid, 104. But anyway, okay. But no, seriously, the line of Sidney Crosby centering Gensel, Jake from State Farm, and Rust, okay, has been amazing. That line has clicked. And we always know that Crosby and Gensel has had chemistry, but the addition of Rust on that line has really turned things around. He used to play with Malkin, okay? and they moved him over, and that chemistry now is definitely, that's the line that's clicking. And I will say that Malkin has missed a lot of time.
And it was good.
Okay.
It was good.
And the Penguins did not seem to miss him in the lineup.
But this happens every single year, I feel like.
No. And our pickup of Kapanen when they traded Phil Kessel.
Yeah,
Kapanen had 30 points this year. That's actually pretty good.
But Malkin always does this during the...
All right. I want to bring your attention to Jeff Carter.
Yeah, he was good.
Traded to the Penguins from the Kings.
I'll take it. Nice little vet.
The Penguins have made some trades at the end of the season, like Patrick Marleau. And the guy was there, but... And I love Patrick Marleau.
We do. It's Sharks.
Okay? Because I'm a closet Sharks fan. Okay?
Yeah.
I love Patrick Marleau. But on the Penguin, when he came, I was ecstatic. But when he came, I didn't see contribution. Jeff Carter has contributed. Just look at the last 2 games. Okay? I think he had 6 goals in the last 2 games.
Fine by me.
But no, he is actually making a difference. So that was actually, I think, a good pickup for the new management in Pittsburgh. And Tristan Jarry has picked it up as of late. Okay, Remember, we got rid of Matt Murray. And Casey DeSmith, he got injured in the season. I need to see his availability, but they did split the work. But, they both had 2 shutouts each. 2.75 goals against average for Tristan Jarry, but that actually was skewed. The beginning of the year, it was lopsided. He did not play well at the beginning of the year. He's played well. Not. He's played well afterwards. Now, shifting focus to the Isles.
Yeah, we already know how they're going to play us.
Their best scorer, Matthew Barzal. 45 points.
That's pretty fun.
45 points.
But don't they play that trap defense thing?
Very low scoring. Very defensive. Look, remember we were just praising.
They're ranked third in.
We were just praising Grubauer from the Avalanche for 7 shutouts.
Yeah, I know.
7 shutouts. Simeon Varlamov, 2.04 goals against average. But for every Penguins fan out there, and for all you Islander fans out there, okay. And I'm speaking directly to you Islander fans out there. Simeon Varlamov, he was on the Washington Capitals for quite some time. And all those playoff runs with Simeon Varlamov versus the Penguins, the Penguins came on top. So I am not worried about Simeon Varlamov.
And that's what she said.
I don't even know what that means. But... I am going to go the Pittsburgh Penguins in 6, 4-2. In 6, Pittsburgh Penguins over the Isles. What are your thoughts? I know I took the floor there, but I just wanted to really dive deep into the Penguins there.
I figured you'd dive deep. I feel like Malkin's going to miss at least 1 game in this playoff series, which is fine. Because I'm fine with that. I don't know why we just seem to perform better when he is not on the ice making any baskets.
Malkin make baskets.
I think that...
He's thinking. Remember, he didn't write any of this down.
I know that Pittsburgh's going to outshoot the Islanders every game. Hands down, every single game we're going to be shots. It's going to be nuts. Every single 5 seconds. And then I don't know if I trust Tristan Jarry as much as you say we should trust him. I know. I don't like him enough yet. I'd still give me Fleury. Get him on the team.
That's not happening.
I'm going to predict Pittsburgh better win the series. And I say in 6.
All right, so 6 games. So we agree there. Now, look.
I wouldn't be surprised, though, if the Islanders win. I wouldn't be surprised. Look,
the tail of the tape, though, they handled that. And I know
we've handled regular
regular season is different. But I feel this is a different Pittsburgh team. This is a team that's older, wiser. They're still fast.
Are we younger?
And we do have some young pieces in there.
That's what I mean.
And listen, the defense is good. If they are able to be patient and not get frustrated, then they won't make the mistake. Islanders beat you by capitalizing mistake. They put up a wall. They want you to make the mistake at the wall. They want you to get frustrated, get greedy, and then they turn that into a goal with a quick strike.
Yeah, but it's always low scoring.
But if Pittsburgh sits there and says, no, we can play this game too. We'll just hang out here.
And we'll shoot all day. Something's about to go in.
And then we're going to make it go in. Yeah. And again, I feel like Varlamov in net is actually good for the Penguins. I think that's a plus for the Penguins because they beat him plenty of times. They know how to beat Varlamov. So when they get their chances, which are going to be few, they're going to light up the net. All right, so now we move to the last series.
Which is an excellent series.
In the Mass Mutual East. And yes,
we are going to watch this series.
I think the most watchable series is this series.
The East has, I think, the most exciting games except for maybe a couple of the Canada, maybe?
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I think the East has the best matchups.
We're from the East, so maybe that's
I know, but like the
biased.
Islanders and Penguins, we hate each other. And then the Capitals, Bruins, like they're like...
I don't like either of those teams.
We hate all of them.
And I'm going to watch that series.
But like, yeah.
I mean, look, I'm very interested in an Avalanche Knights series. I'm very interested in a Connor McDavid, Edmonton Oilers, Toronto Maple Leafs series. So like those extra series is the next round in some of those other divisions are more sexy to me. But in this has good first round series, but again, we're definitely biased because we're in the East. But the people in the West, they've been playing. See, that's the thing. They've been playing those teams all year.
Yep.
That it's personal now. You know, like it's like now we're gonna make it count. Now we're gonna actually hurt you and take you out of the playoffs. All right, but anyway, the Caps, number 2 seed. Yes, remember the Penguins were number 1.
Yep.
They won the Mass Mutual East. The Caps, number 2 seed, versus the Boston Bruins, the Washington Capitals versus the Boston Bruins. Ovechkin is back. He is healthy. He's back. He missed a whole bunch of games at the end of the season.
He did.
Yes. First, let's do tape before, and I'm going to let you start on this one since I started on the Penguins.
That's because he knows I always want to yell about Tom Wilson the whole damn time.
Boston leads the series 4-3, but I do want to say, okay, that 2 of those losses that Boston had were in overtime shootouts. Okay, so if you really kind of look at that, it's almost like a 4-1. Yeah, those 2 other ones, you want to count them asterisks. Okay, all right, go ahead, you go.
I mean, both are pretty close. Both predicted to win the Cup 12-1 odds. Both having the 77, 73 points. Boston being 73. Backstrom, you know, I hate everybody on Washington. The tail of Tate is Tom Wilson. Tom Wilson is going to take out, what is his name, Brad Marchand?
Wait. Brad Marchand, okay, he's a player that gets under your skin.
That's fine.
Maybe more than Tom Wilson, but he's got 69 points
That's
on
fine.
the year.
Tom Wilson's going to leave his feet, put this guy through the Chinese border. It's over. Then Tom Wilson will probably go.
I think you meant Chinese, the Great Wall.
Then Tom Wilson will go after the Tuukka Rask, and that'll be the end of that. Then we'll have no goalie. Listen, I don't know. I think it's going 7. I definitely think it's going 7. I think I'm going to call for my boy Tom Wilson to be sitting out round 2, and Boston's going to win in 7.
Boston going to win in 7. Wait, you think Tom Wilson's going to get suspended or something during this?
No,
this
I just think he's going. No, I mean, we should probably bet on that. Let's say Tom Wilson.
FanDuel plug, shameless plug.
Yeah, we should probably.
Or what's the DraftKings? Do they have a side bet, a prop bet on Tom Wilson getting Vegas?
I think Tom Wilson
getting suspended.
I think Tom Wilson's going to be quiet like he'll hit. Does he ever get suspended in the playoffs?
Pause. Yes. Brooks Orpik. He killed Brooks Orpik.
That's my man's.
Okay. You know, the other part of the storyline that you're missing is Zdeno Chara.
Yeah, I
Long time.
I know.
Boston defenseman.
Yes.
Big dude.
Is
on.
But the big dudes
Washington.
never.
And also, you know that they also picked up Connor Sheary from the Penguins.
Yeah, that I heard.
Yeah. Well, the thing that Washington did this year was get really big.
Yeah, but they've been big. They got Tom Wilson.
Yeah. No, but they got bigger. Like
well,
they are a very big physical team.
They're a physical team. That Ovechkin scares you. You ever see that guy in an alley? Run.
Now, but Boston, I think, was the winner at the trade deadline, picking up Taylor Hall from Buffalo.
That's a big one.
I wanted Taylor Hall on Pittsburgh. I was begging. I called people.
Next
I was
time
like,
you wanna
Mario, hello, Mario. Why are you hanging up on me, Mario? Yeah, but I didn't get in touch with anyone. But Taylor Hall, he's in Boston, and he's actually made a difference. I remember Jeff Carter made a difference.
Yep.
Taylor Hall has made a big difference, but he's young. If they
He's
can
young.
re-sign him,
He's young.
I hope they don't
wanted
re-sign him.
Buffalo just had to get all Aldi's and shop everybody out, and we just missed a boat on that.
Besides Backstrom, Tom Wilson, Oshie.
Yoshi, we know the whole line.
Yeah, Ovechkin.
That first line is dangerous.
Now,
it's just scary.
you got Tuukka Rask.
Yeah, we know. That guy's name is awesome, though.
Halak is backing up in Boston, right? Backing up Tuukka Rask. Pasternak, Bergeron.
Yep.
This series is going to be good. This is firepower. Both teams have firepower. Both teams are physical. You got the Zdeno Chara thing. You got Tom Wilson, Marchand. Oh, I can see. If Tom Wilson and Marchand can get at it in a game, that would be
But it
amazing.
never happens.
Oh, we're going to watch. We're going to see if it happens.
It ain't gonna happen.
All right, so who did you pick? I forgot already.
Oh, I'm picking Boston in 7.
Boston in 7. You know what? We need to be different once. So I am going, and it's actually written down. I'm not just changing it up. I'm not. It's right here.
You pick
Caps?
Caps in 7?
Boston, Caps in 7. So we both picked 7, but I'm going the Washington Capitals in 7.
It'd just be nice for them to be out
And
of it.
I really think like this, and this series starts tomorrow, which is why we are rushing to get this video out
Yes.
today.
Not just...
This series starts tomorrow, and it's going to be amazing.
It is going to be amazing.
I think it's going to be amazing. I can't wait to watch it tomorrow. Penguins are on Sunday. There are a bunch of other teams on Sunday. Could you pull up schedule?
Schedule
if
for
you can,
oh yeah
for the playoffs. But I will say that so to review, we agreed on everything pretty much for the winners. I'm not gonna do the games. But Pens versus Isles, we agree on. I'm picking Caps. He's picking Bruins because we're gonna tally this up later.
Yeah, I forgot half my.
Let me just reach over. We both picked Avs. We both picked Knights. Both picked Leafs. We both picked Oilers. Both picked Hurricanes. And we both picked the Lightning. So yeah, that is how the picks work. So we got one difference. So that's good because maybe we'll make a bet or something later. And we'll write in the description below. Listen, everyone. Thank you for watching the video. Subscribe, like. We're definitely going to do more videos when the next round, when we get to the next round.
Which could be a while.
Could be a while.
We like that.
Well, yeah, the last year, remember when they did that bubble thing, they like forced everything. It was
Everything
like boom,
was,
boom,
yeah,
boom.
they tried to be
like
quick.
17 games on at once.
Yep, no.
I think this is going to be more relaxed, more like your traditional
There's only
playoffs.
one game tomorrow.
Yeah, Bruins versus Capitals.
That's it.
But then on Sunday...
Sunday, you got 12 noon. We got Penguins. 3 o'clock is your Golden Knights Wild.
Golden Knights
then
Wild.
you got Panthers and Lightning. And then everything else is on Monday. But game 1, you got game 2 already on. So there's a lot.
Bruins, Capitals.
7:30, 8 o'clock.
Yeah, and again, some of the seeding is not done yet. Toronto, I still think has a regular season game that they have to play, which will make a difference in the new playoff format.
Canada doesn't even start till Wednesday.
Yeah, because they got to play again. I'm telling you.
That's right.
Yeah. So that's the reason why. Because again, it will make a difference in the seeding when the semifinals happen. Like Toronto and the Penguins have the same amount of points right now.
Yeah.
Right. So if Toronto wins their next game, regular season game, because they still have one left, then that would put them ahead of the Penguins when that reseeding happened. If both those teams went to the semifinals, the semifinals are gonna be crazy. I really hope that the seeding works out. That it is like, if it was Penguins versus Golden Knights, that'd be crazy. I want to see that matchup. I want to see Fleury versus old team. There's hoping for it. All right. Anyway, listen. Thank you, Chris, for coming over. Okay. Cheers. Happy birthday to you, by the way.
Happy birthday to you.
Yes, my birthday has not come yet. It's coming very soon on Monday. But thank you, everyone, for watching. Like, subscribe, and more videos to come. Have a good one.